Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Abby, and welcome to another month of the Homeschool Show and Tell Open Collaboration. The Homeschool Show and Tell series is a monthly open collaboration started by Jessica from the Waldock Way and I, where we like to showcase that there's not just one right way to homeschool. So this is a collaboration that anybody who homeschools and has a YouTube channel is welcome to join. The playlist is open through the entire month, and the theme this month is homeschool planning. So you can do a plan with me video, you can just talk about homeschool plans. I just did a plan with me, like a complete plan with me video last month, where I showed how I plan an entire week of school for my 5 kids, 4 of whom are homeschooled. And so I thought I would take it a different direction this month and show you my holiday homeschool plans. So I am all ready to go for November and December. I'm excited, and I'm gonna kind of do a little 5 in a row plan with me mixed into sharing my plans here. So if you are interested in hearing what my plans are for the upcoming holiday season, then give this video a thumbs up and stay tuned. So first things first, we homeschool year round, and the way that we do this is we take about a month off in the summer, and then we take a month off in December, and then we sprinkle some weeks here and there. About every 5 or 6 weeks we take a week off. So we have a couple of large breaks, one of which is in December. However, most of you know that if you take all of your summer off, you still follow through with some kind of a routine and a little bit of learning during those breaks, just to keep everybody on track and so that you don't kind of fall into that abyss of like days that don't make sense and everyone's, you know, bored and all of that nonsense. So even when we take off in the summer and in December, we do have some kind of a routine going. So while we stop math and science and reading and handwriting and all of that stuff in December and all those expectations, we still do gather for like a morning basket time in December, and that's where we talk about Advent and we have, you know, handcrafts and things that we do together as a family. This year, a lot of that time in December is going to include watercolor because that's our handcraft this year, and so that's kind of like the moment that we've been waiting for, where we get to make homemade gifts using our handcraft from the year and things like that. So while you'll hear me mention we take off in December, we are still gathering just for that morning time shortly after breakfast, just to give our day some structure. So while we're not doing intense homeschool in December, we still have a routine going. But I'm gonna back it up to November and just kind of share what my plans are. So I love 5 in a row. It's no secret, you guys know that. And this year I am going to be doing the 5 in a row mini units through November and then in December with my older kids. I love the 5 in a row mini units because where typical 5 in a row is really for ages 5 through 9 or so, and then there's the volumes 5, 6, and 7 that are for 10 to 12-year-olds, and then there's before 5 in a row for the younger ones. The mini units, which are only $10 online, by the way, go along with just one book, but it's all ages 2 through 12 or so. So basically I can include all of my kids on this. There's a little something for everyone. And my older kids, I started 5 in a row with them when they were toddlers, and so they love 5 in a row. They love whenever we do a mini unit together because it encompasses everyone's ages. They'll never outgrow it. It's so fun. So for the month of November, we are going to do 3 of their mini units. We're gonna do 2 for a week and 1 for the half week before Thanksgiving. So the first one we're gonna start with is fry bread, which is a great unit for November. The next one we're gonna do is cranberry Thanksgiving, and I have some really exciting news. Cranberry Thanksgiving is actually not normally a mini unit. It's just being released right now. The day that this video goes up, this mini unit will be available for purchase for the first time. Cranberry Thanksgiving is a part of 5 in a row volume 1, and it's the very first 5 in a row unit I ever did way back in the day. 11 years ago I started doing 5 in a row, or 10 years, yeah, 10 or 11 years ago. It was the first unit I did with a friend of mine who introduced me to 5 in a row. She had us over and we did a little cranberry Thanksgiving at her house, and then I hosted another day that week, and that's where we fell in love with 5 in a row. And so they just released a new mini unit that gives more activity. So typically we only do cranberry Thanksgiving the week of Thanksgiving because it's a short week, because we've done every activity in the book many times. And then we get together with those friends still and make cranberry bread. But this year they literally just released a whole brand new mini unit with new activities and activities for ages 2 through 12 years old. So I am freaking out about this. I was so excited when I heard that they were gonna be releasing this, and I'm excited that now you guys who have been following me for years and hear me talk about Cranberry Thanksgiving all the time, if you don't own the 5 in a row manuals, you can get your hands on Cranberry Thanksgiving now. So I'm so excited. I'm really excited to try some of the new activities that go along with it. So we are gonna be doing this for a whole week this year instead of for the short week of Thanksgiving. And then Balloons Over Broadway. This is one we did a couple of years ago, so we're gonna do this one on the week of Thanksgiving. This one is about the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, so it's a fun one to do close to Thanksgiving so they can watch the parade. So those are our plans for November, and I'm gonna do this with my elementary kids, but I'm gonna pull in my older kids 2 days a week for each of these because there are some amazing activities that go along with these. For example, with Fry Bread, they're talking about Native Americans and relocation, so they get a map and they do a lot of historical research. Balloons Over Broadway, they're doing a lot of mechanical things. It's pretty neat, and so these are definitely unit studies that I want to pull my older kids in on versus just doing 5 in a row with them in December. So I will be pulling my older kids a bit in November. Okay, and now the main event. I know what you guys are really wanting to know is what are our plans for December? So, like I said, December, we don't do typical school, but I still like to have some structure. I'm also very protective about over planning our schedule, and most of my friends know that if they invite me to something in December, I'm gonna be like, maybe, because we have a lot of dance commitments in December, a lot of like end of the year stuff, end of the calendar year stuff happening. Our weekends are pretty much already eaten up by commitments, and so I'm super protective of our days during December. It is such a gift as a homeschool parent to at least have those insulated days where you don't have expectations, because the rest of the world operates kind of on a different time schedule. So I know our evenings in December are busy and I know our weekends are busy, but I get the daytime with my kids, and like, nobody's gonna take that away from me. So I'm very careful to not over plan that time because that's very special time, but that was something I had to learn. So for many years, I was like, we're gonna do this Advent study and that Advent study, we're gonna do this handcraft, and then we're gonna add this handcraft study, and then we're gonna do this music study, and there, da-da-da. You guys have seen the growth on my channel. Like, you've seen me mature out of that here. So this year we're going very light on our commitments. So like I said, we will still be gathering in the morning for some morning basket time, just some together time around the table. We're gonna be working on some holiday watercolors just to have some fun together, spend some time together. Of course, we're always gonna be pulling out puzzles and listening to music and just having that sweet time together. But within that, we'll have our little Christmas devotional that we'll do together in the mornings, and then our 5 in a row mini units. And then, so I was thinking we would do 5 in a row 3 days a week instead of 5. And then the other 2 days we're gonna be doing their geography, because they always pick a country and do a presentation about Christmas in that country. So that gives them some time to deal with that too. So the 3 mini units that I picked, and there are more than 3 mini units, but I just picked 3 because I didn't want to overcommit. We have Cranberry Christmas, of course. We have to revisit this one again. Then we have the Great Spruce. We haven't done this one yet. And we have Bird Count, which is really exciting to me because where we live in Florida, we have tons of birds this time of year. They all migrate down here. And so we've been watching certain, there are some birds, you know, that we see every year, and they go back to the exact same spot, and we're already starting to see them this year, late October. So I'm really excited to be doing this Bird Count mini unit as well. So that is an overview of our Christmas plans. With having a baby this year as well, I'm just being really mindful of wanting to not over plan so that I don't feel stressed, and I just want to enjoy this time with my kids. It is still very special to me that my oldest, being 13, still wants to sit down and read books and do fun crafts, and so I never want to overpack that time to where there's any frustration involved. I like to keep things very simple. So we're going to be doing 5 in a row mini units together through November and December, and just keeping things very light and fun and leaving room for flexibility. And if there is a craft or a recipe that someone wants to do, we have time to do it. So those are my very simple holiday homeschool plans this year. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I'm going to start the planning process of all of these mini units, and just start to get ready for this upcoming holiday season. Okay, so I'm sitting down here with these November units, and I'm gonna plan 3 of them. And the first thing that I'm doing is I'm just flipping through and highlighting and circling the things that really stick out to me and that seemed the most interesting. And then the nice thing is in the back, there are all of the printable resources. I actually feel like these mini units have more printables than the actual book has. So yeah, that's the first thing I'm doing here is I'm just circling things that I know for sure I want to do. And then what I'll do is I'll look through and see, am I missing a subject? Like, did I circle a few art lessons and a few science lessons but completely forget to circle a math lesson? And then I'll go back, and if maybe none of the math lessons stuck out to me, I'll just still go back and choose one. But typically when I circle a few things, I end up circling at least one from every subject. So that is the first thing that I'm doing here, and then I'm gonna go write it in here. There's teacher's notes in the back of the page that you can kind of keep track of everything, any additional field trip opportunities or memory or quotes for study, any additional resources. And then they also have Pinterest boards. So I want to make sure to leave a little space for extra projects or Bible verses from the Pinterest boards. There's a Bible verse on every Pinterest board that they have that goes along with each study. So that is the first thing that I'm doing here with these mini units. Okay, so now that I've decided what we're doing and I've got it all written out in the planning pages, I'm making photocopies of things. I like having everything already prepped so that I actually just have to open the folder and I've got the whole week's worth of work already ready to go. So I made some photocopies of some of the sheets in the mini units. So for example, we've got some onomatopoeia art here for Cranberry Thanksgiving, and then some architecture pages. We have some mapping Native American tribes before and after relocation. That's from Fry Bread. There's a cool science experiment for Fry Bread, so I made 4 copies of that. I made 1 copy of a charades game that they'll be playing for, which one was that for? That is for Balloons Over Broadway. There's a gear page. So I just picked a few of the activities in each book to make some photocopies of, and then like I said, the last thing that I'll have to prep for these units is checking their Pinterest board and seeing if there's anything else that I need for any of those activities, as well as just writing down the ingredients that I'll need for the recipes and putting that on an extra sheet inside so that when I'm prepping the unit ahead of time, I know what to grab at the grocery store. These mini units are a lot easier to prep than the units in the book. I just feel like everything is really just right there for you. You don't have to really pull from a lot of sources. I do feel like when you're using the actual 5 in a row manuals and curriculum, or maybe it's just me, I like to really embellish it and grab more things from other places. Sometimes we sit with one book for a couple of weeks, and so I go a little bit more in depth on those and look for some outside resources as well. But I think since these mini units go from ages 2 through 12, they just have so much that you can use, and so I very rarely go beyond what they've provided. Except for with Cranberry Thanksgiving, I will use what they have here as well as what's in the original manual, because there are just some things that I can't miss. Like there's like a silhouette project that we do every year, and obviously making the cranberry bread and things like that. So I'll kind of double up the mini unit and some of our tried and true favorites. All right, and that's that. I've got everything in here and separated by unit study, and all I'll need to do when it actually comes time is grab the ingredients for either the recipes or like for Cranberry Thanksgiving, there's a Play-Doh recipe and things like that. So I'll just put the list in here of ingredients needed from the grocery store, and everything else is gonna be open and go, which is awesome. So super exciting, and we are all set for some fun Thanksgiving units in November, and in another week or so I will start prepping some of the December units and picking some of the exciting activities that we'll be doing with that. I hope that video is helpful for you if you are looking for a jump start on your homeschool planning for this holiday season, or if you just wanted a fresh new idea. These mini units are great because you don't have to do 6 of them like we're doing. We're very familiar with 5 in a row. It is the main core curriculum for my younger kids, and so it makes sense for us to do a new one every week. But if you want to try one of their 5 in a row units, I would suggest just grabbing one of their holiday units for $10. It goes, like I said, kids ages 2 through 12, and just enjoying it with your kids this holiday season. It's got math, it's got science, it's got art and fine arts and literature and history and geography, all around one beautiful and enjoyable picture book. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this gave you some good ideas. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. And like I always do when I do a video that talks about 5 in a row, I will leave the whole library of 5 in a row videos that I have made on my channel in the description box down below. So make sure you check out other people's Plan With Me videos to see what they're up to in their homeschool right now. And if you're interested in making a video, you have until the end of the month to join up on this month's Plan With Me collaboration. So thank you guys for watching. See you later. Bye.